Last time on Pwn TV. Hello? Let's look at your type really quick. It says Android/Agent of Destruction. Oh, wow. So it's an Android. So it's a f***ing Android. Since it's an Android, I can just grab it out of the deck whenever I want. If you killed it, I can just get it back. I don't even care. Not once per turn. 2 energy. KO any chosen target on my opponent's battle area. Doing it. It's dead. KO it. And then it gets better. Then your opponent chooses 1 card from their hand and places it in the drop area. Note that the effect at the beginning says choose up to 1. That means once you've killed everything with this effect, you can continue to tap 2 energy over and over again and make them drop card after card from their hand until they have nothing except for their hopes and their dreams on the floor smashed underfoot. That's how good Android 13 is, boys. This guy's a monster, man. He's a monster, and he's gonna wreck your Timo. By the way, I have more energy than you, because I'm playing the objections. He's wrecking your Timo. He's wrecking your He's swinging. He's getting double strike chomping for double crit. He's sensu beating to untap 2 more energy. He's negging your hand again. He's doing everything, boys. He's doing everything, and then by the time he's done doing his Timo, I'm playing the Arcane Boo and playing the Janimbas again, which you've probably been pissed off all game about as well, but you've been too busy being pissed off about the Android 13 to even really pay much attention to the Janimba, and then by the time Arcane Boo hits the field and 4 more Janimbas get played, you got no deck, boy! You're gone! You're done so! Get wrecked! What's the counterplay? Tell me the counterplay, please! You just stepped on a goddamn Timo shroom! And now, welcome back to Pwn TV, everyone. So I just got out of a tournament at my local shop playing some Dragon Ball Super, and I took a 3-0 win rate. So I won all 3 of my matches today, and here's how it went down. The first match was actually really challenging for me. I played the Starterku, and my opponent was playing the Janimba, and so eventually the board state kind of looked a little bit like this. And I had 1 card left in deck, and 1 life, and I already had a triple strike Vegeta in play, and my combo pieces, my Bobbity and my Android 13, and I was grinding the opponent out of the game. They had like no cards in hand, and I eventually just said, you know what, crit, swing, go ahead and swing with my Android 13, go ahead and give it double strike, and I'm going to hit you for double crit, and you're going to go to a low life total, and then you just couldn't get over the triple strike. So you just lost the game, and I had one card left in deck with like 4 draw 1s in my hand. I had 2 super combos and 2 scientist foos. I comboed 1 and I charged 1 actually in this match because I just couldn't play them. I was gonna deck out if I drew any cards. I couldn't even swing my leader to untap energy. I just had to pray that I had enough on board, and I just did. And they lost, so that was fun. Game 2 tonight looked a little bit like this. I was playing against Super 17 and it was extremely late game. I had plenty of energy, played all of my objections basically, and Super 17 wasn't awakened. Well, this card actually wants to mill itself to draw more cards, so it's real easy to have Super 17 end up decking out, especially if you just have answers to all their bodies. So I did. So I basically did the exact same strategy I did in the first game, where I just kept saying tap 2 energy, make you drop a card, and then eventually Super 17 was stuck with no cards in hand and 5 life and couldn't actually awaken. Yep, so Super 17 stayed unawakened, and then on this turn, when I had about this much energy approximately, I went ahead and I said, okay, play the Vegeta for 4, alright, draw another card, untap 1, okay, I have 6 open, well, that's pretty fucking terrifying, okay, triple strike, alright, I'm gonna be at 1 life, okay, what's your deck size? Oh, you have 5 cards left in deck? Okay, I'm just gonna play this guy, and okay, I'm just gonna play this guy, and I'm just gonna stare at these guys really quick, and then I'm just gonna activate main on both of these Janimbas and make you mill all 5 of the rest of your deck. These each mill 3, that means the opponent decked out. I'm not even playing Janimba, I just beat a Janimba deck, and all I'm really running are these 4 Agents of Destruction in my deck, and they're just good enough, dude. Super 17 ended up with no library while he was unawakened. Feels bad, man. Feels so bad. And then, guys, we went to the final match. The final match of the tournament, and this person was undefeated, and I was undefeated, and we had to match up, and I really wasn't sure how I was going to do, because I know that my deck's weakness is aggro. So basically, the board kind of looked like this at one point, but then the Cauliflower leader was flipped over, right, because she has a self-awakening mechanic, so it's impossible to stall her out, and then she ended up actually using the activate main enough times to where she ended up at 1 life, and she swung just to try to kill my tapped Vegito, so then she could go ahead and kill me, and I wasn't having it. I fought really hard. I dumped all of my cards in hand to protect the Vegito, and then eventually the opponent didn't have any threats. I guess his deck was starting to fizzle out on him, and he didn't have any threats that he could actually hit my leader or my Vegito with, and so I untapped with the Vegito, and they were at 1 life, and it was like all she wrote. I think the board state was more like this, though. At the time, I think it was more like this, and I had no Android 13, right? But I was able to actually play the Android 13 on the next turn, I believe, because I had the double green. So I was able to just hard cast the Android 13, and then I could swing the critical 20. And they had no cards in hand. I just basically said, okay, do what I normally do. First thing was like play the Android 13. And then it was like, play this guy and then untap my blue, right? And then after that, draw a card. Okay, you combo out of it. Okay, finally swing the Vegito. Okay, you combo out of it again. Okay, now drop your hand. Like several times. I think I had a Senzu in here as well. So it was really, really juicy. And then I was able to just drop their cards from hand. And then I was just able to like swing the last one in there. And they didn't have any combo pressure left. So they just had to just take the damage. And it was 20k crit. And they had a 15k cauliflower with no cards in hand as per usual. And yeah, that was basically all she wrote. So this deck is very fucking strong. MVP in the house. Android 13 is a beast. He's such a monster. He has so much potential in so many matchups. All you really have to do is charge all of your cards as energy and then keep tapping too, and then eventually they don't have a hand or a board, and so they're in top deck mode. You have people in play. You have battle cards able to actually swing 20 crit. They have top deck mode. So there you go. So there you have it. So that's how I got 3-0 tonight in the Dragon Ball Super Tournament. I'm probably playing this deck again next week. Might make some tweaks to it. I'm sure I will. But I guess until next time, guys, thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.